This is the ETF that tracks technology. And on the top and the bottom is the S&P 500. Now, it's pretty scary how sometimes these things track, and maybe we can get a glimpse of previews of coming attractions. So the top chart is the IGV, and we noticed this tracking, in February through this ascending broadening triangle right here. Where ascending broadening is pattern. Prices go up, they start out narrow, they widen or broaden at the top, and typically this is a reversal pattern. Sometimes it can be a continuation pattern where we hit the downside here and we could go up. But usually it's a reversal pattern. And right here in February, when it broke 380, this head and shoulders and the IGV, I said we were going to 260. Now, that wasn't a figure that I just picked out of a hat. It was right back to where the beginning of the pattern is. So that's the IGV. But what you'll notice is, despite that I was pretty confident about this, you can see that the markets, gave you several thrusts and parries. I mean, in this instance, it went from 300 to 360. That was a 20% move the other way. And, during that time, you're saying, well, is this really going to go according to script? And so now we have the S&P pretty much doing the same thing. I mean, to kind of the letter. So now you've broken out here. And just like you broke out there, you had, a breakout and then one of these, a breakout, one of these. Then you dropped, then you had another retest, then you dropped, and now we're having another retest. Does that look familiar? So to me, the S&P is trading right where this guy is right now, and we can see what happened thereafter. So does past become prologue? We'll see. I mean, but this is what it kind of looks like. We're in this juncture right here. So I'm actually going to save this and put it up in our we've got a new website. I don't know if you guys have checked it out for the trading community. And I'm just going to put this up in there later. But yeah, so this is, again, we broke out of this ascending broadening, which is a bearish thing. We've made new lows. And so I just think the S&P is on life support, meaning that the risk of being long right now is not worth, so, you may get a little bit, we're at 4,020, maybe you get to 4,150, but, I think you got a world of hurt thereafter. So I think we are getting very close to the top, which makes me very nervous about being long. I mean, you had a whole bunch of things rally yesterday. The Fed kind of said a bunch of things that on the surface, Jay Powell said we're closer to the end of the tightening cycle than the beginning, et cetera, et cetera. He said that the job market, suggested that this is not really a recessionary environment. It was all very, very positive, very, very nice. But, to me, these chart patterns tell me, a potentially different picture. Let me make this smaller. This is just too big. But, I also said yesterday that, for markets to go down, you have to have kind of a pathway forward. And this is just very difficult. So just suggest that it still, could take August, which is the rest of the summer, to build away and to, whatever. But I do think that this is what we have in our future, and we're getting closer. So there's a peak here at around 42. Maybe we sneak somewhere close. So to me, this is what's left on the table. So if you're shooting for that, you're risking that. So to me, the risk reward is clearly not favorable to kind of get the last mile out of whatever's left on the table here. I could be wrong. We could, be looking at a bottom here, but I don't think so. I still feel like we're in a bear market, and there's a couple of trend lines. Who the heck knows? But so I'm just looking to see how we played outside of this ascending, broadening price pattern. We broke out. And the thing is, by breaking lower, we effectively confirmed that this thing's going to go make a new low. You could put a gun to my head. I would bet on it.
So you can see, 45, it's 1.3 million.
$1.3 million short.
So pop out a profit for 118,000 there.
So you can see how this is going crazy now. You can see how the market just going nuts.
I bet like $1.6 million on this position. I'm showing right now $23,000 gain.